you start this on the side, you work on it, when you can, evenings, weekends, but it's like you're working part-time on your fortune, but then full-time on your job. But then when your part-time fortune exceeds what you're making in your job, and that's when you created job optional income. And that's a nice place to be because, well, your job essentially becomes optional at that point. And that's,
it's a pretty easy decision at that point. You're like,
yeah.
okay, it's a math equation. We're blown past 2,000 reservations. Oh, I think we crossed the 2 million mark in
if not,
bookings.
we're pretty damn close by this point.
Yeah. So if you look at the growth trajectory of August, which was at 600,000, and that's booking since we started our short-term rental business in October 2018, we're now over 2 million.
So was that scary for y'all? We obviously talk on the channel about people kind of transitioning from that W-2 into being an entrepreneur. That's a scary leap. What were your trepidations? Obviously, you guys had proved the business model out at that point. Was there anything that was holding you back, or was just a leap of faith and y'all felt super confident going in?
Well, I mean, we'd be lying if we weren't, if we said, no, we had no fear and
smooth sailing,
tough as nails. But no, quite honestly, I mean, it can be a scary transition, and we definitely felt a lot of that ourselves. But I think the biggest thing for us is just it really just came down to just looking at the two objectively. It's like, okay, this thing we're doing on the side part-time is now bringing in this much income to the point where on an hours per dollars basis, it just it just started to break down. It just wasn't making sense anymore.
It was costing us to go to work.
Complete math problem for you guys, obviously, at that point, correct?
Correct. Yeah. It was costing us to go to work, and we're like, this isn't making sense. And when we did math, and I think part of, when we were starting our side business, the short-term rental business, it was a ratios game. It's like, what are your ratios? Just completely covering your income, and then, 2xing your income. What is your worth it factor, right? Of when is it enough for you? And we love looking at ratios in that way. So, are you covering your daily bills? Great. Okay. Well, is that enough for you, right? Okay, what is actual financial freedom to you? And that was a big thing for us. And the ratios, I think we came to a point, I think it was 3x, and we're like, we're out.
Yeah. And I mean, so the term we have for this, we call this job optional income.
Yeah.
So the idea is you can be a chicken entrepreneur, so you can do this on the side. Because
I love that.
chicken entrepreneur, because I mean, there's lots of stuff too that says, if you don't quit your job and go all in immediately, you're not committed.
You're not committed.
Kind of just a bunch of BS, in my opinion. But I mean, hey, some people got bigger, tougher skin than others. But it's the idea. It's you start this on the side, you work on it, when you can, evenings, weekends, but it's you're working part-time on your fortune, but then full-time on your job. But then when your part-time fortune exceeds what you're making in your job, and that's when you created job optional income. And that's a nice place to be because, well, your job essentially becomes optional at that point. And it's
a pretty easy decision at that point. You're like, okay, it's a math equation. Yeah.
Folks that are watching out there right now, drop a like below. These are two entrepreneurs that came from the W-2 space and have proved out their model, and they're very successful doing it right now, deep into six figures, and 30 plus properties. Guys, congratulations, that's phenomenal. So from where you came from to where you are right now, what kind of advice would you give to people? Being an entrepreneur is scary, and it's not easy. If it were, everyone would do it. So kind of a parting shot, what might y'all have to say to folks that are maybe on the fence? If this is not for someone, who would you exclude? Who do you think this might be a good fit for?
Yeah. So, I mean, just maybe, a couple thoughts to leave people with as we kind of cap off here. One of the mindsets we really dive into when we're first working with someone is this idea of choose your hard, right? Because as you said, entrepreneurship, it can absolutely be a roller coaster at times, right? When revenue is going up and money's coming in, it can be really exciting. But then if you have a really crappy guest and they don't treat your place with respect, that's not fun or ideal either. So there can absolutely be ups and downs and challenges and hurdles and pitfalls that come along with it. But as you said, if it was easy, everyone would do it. But really, what's actually hard? Choose your hard, right? Because the thing is, although entrepreneurship can be hard, working at a job that you don't like and work with people that you don't like, or maybe they don't like you or don't respect you.
You're capped off dollar per hour.
Like
you can't increase your income and you have no control over your income. That's hard.
Like that's pretty tough, right? And doing that for 40 years and not getting to, like, they pay you just enough to keep you comfortable, but not pay you enough to get ahead. That's hard too, right? So it's just like, it's kind of like the hard, easy versus easy, hard path, right? So it's like, if you make the decision to do things that are hard now, well, in time, things can become easier for you when you have the skills to know what it takes to go out and, make money with this type of business. But if you do things that are easy now, stay in your comfort zone now, well, that just means things are probably going to be harder for you later down the road, right? So choose your hard. That's what I would say for people.
Yeah. So I would say, like, people coming and thinking about, would this be right for me? I mean, everyone's goals are different. Some of our students, like, that have come through, they're like, I just want an extra $3,000 a month. That could be literally 1 or 2 properties, and that's your goal. And this is a good fit for you. If you're looking at, just having extra side income, having that job optional income, and having the flexibility, this is for you. It's not for you if, you don't want to put any extra work into it, extra hours. Our thing is all about consistency. So showing up every day, having, putting in at least half an hour effort every day consistently, because that's a compounding effect. Even half an hour every day to an hour every day consistently is going to take you miles, rather than just doing, 8 hours on a Sunday. It's that consistent, compounding, coachable effect that you can actually, grow and build and scale your own business.
Yeah, no, and I love that illustration. We often talk on the channel here, there are some passive strategies, but all of them are going to take some leg work up front. They're going to commitment. So, we never talk about get rich quick schemes where you're going to roll out of bed and work 30 minutes a day and you're going to be a millionaire. Those are not, strategies that we are going to often support. We can probably make some arguments there, but you guys are living, walking testimonials for just that fortitude. You guys decided early on that this was going to be the path you were going to take, and you're dedicated to it. And you guys are making very solid money. $30,000 to $40,000 a month is not a light amount of money. I don't know what you guys were doing in your W-2s, but imagine if you left those that you're pretty satisfied right now. So, success means something different to everyone. If they could get an extra $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 a month, that's game-changing money for a lot of folks. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we appreciate having y'all on here. We'll get a testimonial from your coaching students, and we can line that up offline. Would love to check in with you guys about once a month. You guys are doing phenomenally. You've got a great program right now that people are making a lot of money off of right now. So if you don't mind me checking back in, maybe 30 days or so.
100%. Thank you so much, Michael. I'm so happy we're finally able to connect, and thank you for being patient with us too. Yes, we thought of a lot of how we really want to make the most value of anyone coming on, and we could get the most exposure to people as well, and just be able to help the most amount of people. So anyone wanting to get into this, definitely reach out to us, and thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and put the email up again below. It's BNB. So B, N as in Nancy, B Bootcamp at VIPfinancialeducation.com. Guys, go ahead and drop a like below. It helps our algorithm. So Michael and Katrina are going to be on standby with their team. So if you want more information on this, please reach out. Obviously include your first, your last name, and your phone number so they can get back to you very promptly. Subscribe below if you're not already a subscriber to our channel. We are always looking to get new folks on here. Until next time, make it a great day and take care.